So I'm here at the grocery store in the bulk fun size section and looking for Milky Ways, right? That's a fun candy, right? There should be a big fun size. Where's the fun size Milky Ways? Do they not make fun size Milky Ways? Is there no fun? Where's the good candy? Oh, what's that? Oh, gummy worms? Black Forest? Gummy bears? Oh, that's fun size. Look at that. 5 pounds. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. Hashtag Candygate. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. Today is Wednesday, September 4th, 2019. You know what that means. It's time for another episode of Ash Wednesdays. Glad you could be here. This is my favorite day of the week. Going down to the comic book store. It's like a ritual for me. Got to get all these Marvel #1s. You know what I'm talking about. Joining me, as always, is Stan the Man and Forky, two of the channels, part of the crew here at Ash on Comics. I got my box of comics over there. I got my big drink. I got my iPad. And I got look at that. I love that cover, even though the comic book sucks. Let's get into it. Absolute Carnage, Symbiote Spider-Man #1. This is the big event that's going on right now. The main book is really good. It's got some spin-off books. So far, the ones I've checked out are, they're okay. But I think this is like the 7th #1. Marvel is just killing it. They're just like, they're going to be the house of #1s. Then we got Ghost Spider Annual #1. Now, some of you might be like, wait a second, Ash, I thought you didn't count annuals. Isn't that cheating? Well, yes, except when they're frauds. And Ghost Rider Annual #1 is out today. But just 2 weeks ago, Ghost Spider came out 2 weeks ago. It just came out 2 weeks ago, and they're already having an annual. I think that's a new record. I think that is a new record. I don't think there's ever been an annual out faster than Ghost Spider #1. $4.99. Make sure you get these books for $4.99. The #1s. So you got to pay. It's okay to pay an extra $1 when it's a #1, right? Web of Black Widow #1. People have been chomping at the bit for this one. No one cares about the Black Widow book. Now, Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order, Dark Temple. That's a mouthful. There's always a Star Wars #1. Remember, that's the mantra of Marvel. There's probably on the wall a mission statement somewhere. Every week a Star Wars #1. Every week, got to make sure there's a #1 book. Fallen Order, Dark Temple. No one gives two. God, they're just pissing away such a great franchise. Amazing Spider-Man going big. Now this one is exciting. Eric Larson returns to Spider-Man after 20 plus years of failing over at Image. His Savage Dragon book, sadly, I don't even think it sells 3,000 copies. If it were any other book, it'd be canceled. But because it's Eric Larson and he's, one of the co-founders of Image, he just gets a pass, I guess. But he's come back to Marvel, and guess who? Jerry Conway. Jerry, I hate my fans, Conway, and who wants to change Punisher into being some, I don't know what he wants. He's the guy that hates that the cops have the Punisher symbol. And I agree. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Pretty sure. I've been mistaking people lately, so I want to put that as a little caveat, asterisks. Correct me in the comments. Alpha Flight True North #1. Now, this is a book that why does Alpha Flight even, shouldn't it be in print? Shouldn't Alpha Flight be in the 600s by now? No one cares about Alpha Flight. Gosh, come on, Marvel. Just make a good X-Men book. Oh, gosh, I got House of X. I know, I've been reading them, and I got the videos. Those aren't X-Men books yet. We got it. Quit. Anyways, $4.99. So all told, if you want to pick up these #1s this week, you're going to add $27.94 to your pull list. That's not too bad, right? And if you, in case you're wondering what this number is here, this is the number of issues that Marvel released this week. 20 issues. There's like unique comics, and then that's the number if you count reprints and variants. 66. Like, that's how just Marvel just relies on selling people multiple copies of the same book. That is a signal of a dying company. But we're not here to just be all negative. I like to mock Marvel because you should. When people do stupid things and they try to scam other people and things, they should be mocked, right? I'm not here to hate on your books that you like or love or whatever. If you like Absolute Carnage spin-offs or you're a big Ghost Spider fan, I don't know about the quality of these books. I do know a lot of Marvel books suck. But this is a joke. You don't want this. You don't want Marvel ripping you off. You want Marvel making good books that you can read every month and enjoy, and not being predatory towards the fans, towards the stores, and damaging the company, right? So let's just get right on with it, shall we? The first thing I want to do before my burger gets cold is eat it right away. So we're going to just do this unceremonious unboxing. It's just kind of a tradition on the channel. It's a tradition for me on comic book day. Run to the In-N-Out Burger. Oh, look at that. Oh, they were really good about it today. And I can't wait to munch this. I'm going to munch this. Then I'm going to watch a Richard C. Meyer video as I'm eating. And then we'll get back to talking about new comics. All right, we're back. I'm going to try to keep this video short today. Couple of reasons. Number one, I just have a lot to talk about. And number two, my phone has been giving me problems. It keeps crashing when I'm recording videos. I need to figure out what that's gonna be a real problem making videos. Check this out. Dr. Pepper Dark Berry. It's a limited edition. It's a Spider-Man Far From Home thing. Check it out. Sit down, look at your boys on the can. Dr. Pepper. I got this at the comic book store. And I got it actually a couple weeks ago. I got one and I was absentmindedly, I just like cracked it open in the car as I was driving. And I was like, ah, damn it. I wanted to save this. And it's really good. I hope they make this as a regular flavor. I know that's not Candygate. I don't have any candy today. I'll just do my burger. Here's my comic box. I did the whole X-Men thing. That was in the last X book. I can't even remember which one it is now. So let's get right into it. Hopefully my camera doesn't crash. I've had to do so many takes. It's really frustrating me. Obviously, always show your receipts, right? The anti-comic crowd, you know what I'm talking about, the haters, always tell you that they don't buy comics. They might pirate comics. They're probably really good at that. And the industry is really good at catering to them, pirating comics. But anyways, starting off with Marvel this week, we got House of X number 4? Man, the lighting is terrible. I need to adjust this. No, that didn't work. No. God, I'm just boomering this video like Zach. Should just pause it. All right, so House of X, where we left off. This has been a fantastic series. I'm very excited. This is probably one of the books I'm going to just dive into right away. It's not so much that it's fantastic. There's books I'm reading that are better, like Spider-Man. If you haven't seen my review yet, Spider-Man Life Story, read that series 1 through 6. That's one of the best Spider-Man books I've ever read in my entire life. But it's that this book is interesting. It's captivating. It's keeping my interest. I want to know more. That's what this book is succeeding. So let's move on. Camera, keep going. Keep going, camera. All right, we got Doomsday Clock. Number 11? Is there only one more issue of this? Man, people give this book a really hard time. Really hard time for being late. And I guess it's late. Yeah, it's calling a spade, but I don't get bothered by that. I guess I can kind of understand why some people do. I think the anticipation builds on it. When a book is really good and you have to wait for it, that anticipation builds. If this were a waste of money, then you're just adding to, insult to injury. But this isn't a waste of money. Well, I should say I don't believe it is, but I haven't read it. I've been waiting for these to binge, precisely kind of because it comes out, and also because I've just backlogged on so many other things. However, point of note, Wes is doing a video. The Comics Aficionados this Saturday morning will be streaming about House of X, like always, but also Doomsday Clock. So I'm going to binge through these to be caught up, and I can't wait to talk about this. Continuing on with DC, Scott Snyder is just quietly continuing to write one of the best books over at DC that no one really seems to care about because everyone just cares about Batman and Superman. I don't understand why. Scott has made Justice League really freaking cool. Jorge Jimenez is one of my favorite artists. He was the guy that did the Super Sun series, the original one. Fantastic. Just Justice League. DC's doing some good stuff. God, geez, that Dr. Pepper's making me burp. Don't discount DC. Next, more DC. This book is really surprised me. I wasn't going to get this. The store talked me into it, as well as these kick-ass Kevin Eastman covers. Kevin Eastman drawing Batman is... actually, this one isn't Kevin Eastman. I was like, wait a second, that doesn't look right. Oh, well, that's Kevin Eastman. This is Freddie Williams. Well, no, normal full art covers are Kevin Eastman, and getting to see Kevin Eastman do Batman was really cool. And I just love Turtles and I love Batman, but I was like, his mini-series, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, this series has turned out awesome. It's a ton of fun, and it fits. It's not like a contrived, like, oh, let's find a way to put Batman and Turtles. You know, I usually don't like mishmash stuff, but this one, they made it feel right. Usagi Yojimbo, number 4. I thought originally this was a 3-issue miniseries, and it was. Like, I don't know if you can see here. Where is it? Oh, yeah. This is now 1 of 2. So they're doing story arcs. This is the hero. And the original one was a 3-issue series, but I guess it was just an arc, and they're continuing it on. Now, unlike Marvel and DC comics, which get mini-seried, they're ongoing series that just get cut and say, oh, that surprise, it was a mini-series all along. This was a nice surprise. It was a mini-set surprise. It was an ongoing series all along. Usagi Yojimbo, I cannot praise highly enough. I reviewed issue number 1. I was a little bit disappointed, not because it was a bad book, but because it was a terrible jumping on book. It was a totally not normal representation of the character. I felt like, oh, this is the book that a lot of people are going to experience Usagi for the first time, and it's not going to be the right way. It kind of bummed me out. Now, I, as a long-time Usagi fan, still found enjoyment, and issues 2 and 3, by the way, really picked up on that story, and it ended up really nicely. I really enjoyed. It was a nice little ghost story. It just, that kind of bummed me out. So, but don't pass on this book. Usagi Yojimbo, Stan Sakai is one of the comic greats, and it's a fantastic book. I love Usagi Yojimbo. It just makes you smile every time. It's never bad, and it's good fun, and the comic creator that has passion for comics, I love it. Don't dismiss it as just like a little funny animal book. It's not at all. Then we got Fallen World number 5. I don't even know if this is the last issue or not. I don't know. Valiant has fallen off the map for me. They started off, in 2012. They came back. It's so powerful. They were probably the best publisher between 2012 and 2017. Phenomenal stuff they were doing. And I finally had to give up. But I was committed to this. My store was getting the pre-order editions for me. So I was like, all right, you keep the pre-orders. I'll finish that up. I don't want to stick them with the bill, sort of thing. But I'm enjoying Fallen World. Fallen World is okay. I know Wes has said, he's a huge Rye guy, and he's like, this isn't really correct, right? And I can respect that. I don't have that knowledge that he does. I think the story is fun and okay based on my ignorance, I guess. It's not terrible. Going into Independence now, Wicked Righteous Exodus. Now, I haven't read this series, but one of the creators, what's his name? Terry Mayo actually shops at the same store. I've never met him, but the staff at my store tells me, oh yeah, he's so. Anyways, I actually get this because of Alterna. So if you're not buying Alterna, what's wrong with you? Honestly, look, $1.50, and they're quality books. So speaking of Alterna, my other book, also Alterna, Blood Realm. This is the volume 2, second series. This is the final issue. I've been saving this to binge them. I did a review on 1 to 3 of the original series. Go check it out. This is a very different type of comic book. It may or may not be your cup of tea. I really enjoyed it. It really won me over. But it's more of like a storybook. It's like a dark fantasy, kind of Lord of the Rings-ish style. It's not explicitly graphic or anything like that, but it does have some dark tones and so forth. And so I don't know if it's necessarily for kids, depending on... It's not explicit, but it could be just dark and scary for really youngsters. This art it's not like metal, right? Like this art is not super conducive. Go watch my video. You can get a good understanding there, I think, and you'll see about the comic. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to now binging the 3 issues of this. And then finally, last but not least, Birthright should be last but not least, but something happened. Diamond screwed up as usual. So Birthright 39 is not here. But they're going to pull it and get a copy for me. This is here. And kids, this is why you be nice to your comic staff. This sold out immediately. I called them at store opening. I was like, damn, the phone call. I always forget to turn my phone into airplane mode when I'm recording. And then there's other times where I need to be accessible, so I don't want to turn it off if someone needs to get a hold of me. So I can't. And it's just, I don't get calls that often, but in the middle of figure. So now it's in airplane mode. I should have done it. Sorry about that. What I was saying is, be nice. I called it store opening, and I was like, can you pull this issue for me? Did you have it? They're like, yes. And the guy, I should have known better, because the guy who answered was a guy I don't even know. Like, he's one of the, I don't want to say lesser guys, but he's just one of the part-time guys that I just don't know. Like, I never see him. The regular people that know me and I know, I didn't talk to. They're like, oh yeah, I would get it. We'll pull for you. And I was like, all right. So then I showed up to the store, like 45 minutes after opening, and they gave me my pull list, and they gave me the regular, the 300, which is, it had like the lightning bolt. If you've seen it, it's white. And anyways, so I was like, where's the Spider-Man 300, homage cover? Oh, that was already sold out when you called. And I was like, but you, what? And he's like, yeah, I went to go pull it. I was like right at store opening. But thankfully, the girl that works there, that knows me, that I'm nice to all the time and treat respectfully, had a copy behind the counter, and she was like, found one for me. So this cover is hard to get. So yeah, literally it was sold out as soon as the store opened. One of the other covers that was hard to get, I was going to get instead, they had the Spawn where he's kind of got the stained glass background. That was going to be my second choice. I was all disappointed. But that one's a beautiful cover, and they didn't have many of that. So I was like, oh, not only do I love this cover, but it might be more rare. Anyways, this is the one I want. This is the nostalgia issue. This is the one I remember my day when I bought Spider-Man. When I got into Spider-Man, this was Spider-Man. So this is that famous issue of Spider-Man 300, which Todd McFarlane did. So he's just doing himself. And I just thought this was way cool. So that is my pull list this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Try to have some enthusiasm about comics. That was kind of one of the things I was going to talk about. And then I was like, I don't know, my phone's acting up and I'm recording stuff so much. Fortunately, that phone call that came in saved my video, so if it crashes now, all I got to do is record the Spawn bit. So I didn't want to have to do the whole thing over, and I made it through. So yeah, what I wanted to talk about a little bit was just enthusiasm in comics and the outrage culture that exists. You see it. If you're on social media, you know what I'm talking about. There's so much hating on everything all the time. And look, you can hate what you want to hate. And I definitely support you criticizing bad products, right? I'm going to be right there with you. I'm going to criticize bad products, but I just encourage you not to let it overwhelm your thoughts on the hobby and the things that you love, right? If you love comic books, or if you run around and be like, they all suck, I'm done with comics, it's just all a trash fire, I want the industry to burn. Well, I mean, that's your opinion. You're you're free to have that opinion. But I think deep down you know that's really not true. And I know that's not true. I've been in that position. I used to not buy any Marvel comics at all because I was like, screw them, they're so bad. And I had found DC. But the reason I found DC is because I wanted to like comics. And there were people I knew and respected that were like, you should get into DC, you should try it out. And I was like, I don't really like DC. But then I tried it out and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. People recommended alternate comics to me and I checked them out. I was like, wow, I thought these were garbage junk books because they're $1.50 and they seem like they're just going to be bad, and they're really not. I thought Image Comics was just, the place of all the SJWs, and there is quite a bit of it there, but there's a lot of really good talent. Some of my favorite books are coming out of Image. Spawn still comes out of Image. Usagi Yojimbo's back. DC is still doing really good stuff. Doomsday Clock is people are calling this one of the best comic miniseries like ever. They're like literally holding this up with Watchmen. That's an astounding feat. Jonathan Hickman is turning X-Men around. Now, the jury's still out on this. I don't want to say like, oh, X-Men is completely fixed and that's great, but there's big progress. Scott Snyder's doing a great job on Justice League. Every book you see here, except for maybe Fallen World, which I still think is a 3-star book. It's not a terrible book. It's just an average, okay, if you like it, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. It's not SJW or anything. So, yeah. Otherwise, all these books are good. They're solid. In fact, I got to pick, it's time for Forky to pick, the trash book of the week. What's it going to be, Forky? Well, I think Forky recognizes what a lot of you do. And that's still, it doesn't mean... That's of my stack. There's a ton more comics out there that I don't buy that are way, way worse. This is still okay, and it may be even better for some of you all that maybe aren't as critical on it as I am. I know Wes doesn't like it, but Wes has really strict tastes, and that's fine. What do you think is going to be the best book this week? I think Sagi Ojimbo. So over here is Stan can't get on the ledge there. Which is it? Doomsday? It's gotta be Doomsday. I gotta just give it. Jeff Johns is a master storyteller. DC is just wasting him over there. But there it is. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me if you like the video like this format, shorter with less me blabbing about nonsense. Tell me if it feels empty and less content. Obviously it's less content, but if it's less fulfilling. I don't know. I don't see my videos through your guys' eyes, so your feedback is invaluable to me. I've been enjoying meeting a lot of people, talking. I've had some great comments. I've had some people say stuff on Twitter. Thank you very much. It's all very encouraging. I don't make any money on this. I don't have any fame. I'm just a small little indie YouTuber guy who does this because I like comics and I want to meet people and talk to people about comics. And when I say about the enthusiasm, it's like, remember why you're here. If we're just bashing comics and bashing movies, all this stuff, let's find something else to do, right? You can find things that you like and then hold on to those things, right? I find the comics I subscribe to 20 books a month. I don't know. It's too many, but and I like them. I really am enthused about them, and I'm very excited. And I'll bash all the crap, but deep down inside, it's kind of good maybe that some of those comics are bad because I can't afford to buy the comics I like. So thank you again for watching. Really, I'll shut up now. I'm gonna drink some blue Dr. Pepper and read some comics. Thanks for watching. Bye.